Hi, I'm Katie,
Hi, I'm Ali.
and welcome to Mostly Book Talk.
We have a very timely interview as part of our National Year of Reading series with Bex Hughes, who is the co-founder of Bookshop Crawls CIC. And this is the second year of a new project, which is the Canterbury Children's Literature Festival, which is happening on Friday the 10th to Sunday the 12th of July. And in the week before that, there's lots of activities for schools as well that they're running.
Yeah. So if you're in the Canterbury area near there, the weekend of the 10th to 12th of July, go and look on their website. But if you're listening to this after the 10th and 12th of July, then you can put it in your diary for around this time next year, I think. They seem to be. Probably just sign them up for doing another year, haven't I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Oh, well.
But don't feel you shouldn't listen to it, because there's also really interesting things about bookshop crawls, which if you like books, you might be tempted by.
Enjoy. We are delighted to welcome Bex Hughes from Bookshop Crawls CIC and also the founder of Canterbury Children's Literature Festival. So welcome.
Welcome.
Tell us a little bit about Bookshop Crawl, and then tell us what we're mainly talking about today, because that's coming up really soon, is the Canterbury Children's Literature Festival.
Yes. So Bookshop Crawl UK is a thing that I've been running for the last decade. Accidentally asked some people on Twitter if they wanted to come to some bookshops, and it somehow turned into 16 events a year around the country with other book lovers. So that's lovely and its own wonderful thing. And when we were coming to celebrate our 10th year, I said to my husband, Reese, who's also my co-founder, what do you think we should do for our 10th year? Thinking, have a party and a cake. And he said, why don't we found a children's literature festival for Canterbury?
Just a small little thing, little side project. Yeah. Okay.
He's been saying for a while that he thought it was strange that there wasn't anything specifically for books. There's a great festival in Canterbury, but it's not specifically books, and there's nothing specifically for children relating to literature. So we thought, there's a gap, let's fill it. And that was last year. And now we're about to have year 2. Yeah, next week.
So tell us, what date does it start?
So the main festival weekend runs from Friday the 10th till Sunday the 12th of July. So it's 3 days. And then we've got the whole week before that, we're in schools, taking authors into schools, doing events in 14 different local schools and a youth group as well this year. So we've got a full, from the 6th to the 12th is the whole range of it. But the main public events are 10th to the 12th.
And have you got coming along?
We have so many people coming along. We have over 40 events over the main festival weekend. So we've got everything from storytelling. Panto Dame Mama G is coming to do a wonderful story time. We've got Sophie Henn coming to do a Happy Hills draw along. Tiago de Moraes, who came last year as well, was a big hit. He's returning this year with his new book. We've got our headline event for the first year. Last year we didn't have a headliner. This year we've got A.F. Stedman and a World of Scandar event, which is going to be just incredible. We're so excited about that. That was one we thought we would never get, and then we asked and she said yes. So that was very exciting.
And have you got a nice big venue for that?
We do. We have a 500-ish seater, lovely old hall, which is courtesy of one of our partners that we are really lucky to work with, the King's School in Canterbury. They've got some brilliant venues, which we're really lucky to be able to use. It is a great place in terms of venues. We are a multi-venue festival, so we work across 11 different venues in Canterbury and the wider district. So it's a bit of travel around and get to see new places and stuff. We've got a lot of historic buildings we use. We've got a lot of outdoor spaces that we do outdoor events in, because we try to focus on stories in a lot of different ways. We've tried to be accessible. We have a very strong focus on neurodiversity from the beginning of our festival, and we've always tried to do stuff that's a bit unconventional. So it's very interactive. It's places you can make a lot of noise. We've also got quiet spaces. We've got events where you're outdoors and you're moving around and you're doing bug hunts and you're building things, and it's a lot of fun. And it's really nice to be able to provide opportunities for local families and children to get to meet all these amazing people that do amazing things and interact with them in different ways.
How are you running that? Is that with an army of volunteers?
It is with an army of volunteers. Yes, we have amazing volunteers. We've been really lucky. It is, for the most part, just me and Reese doing all of the logistics and planning. We've got a team of directors as well who are varyingly involved, but the festival, for the most part, is me saying yes to far too many things and Reese trying to calm me down.
So you mentioned like some of the younger ones. How old does it go up to? So just so people know who should look. It's picture books and
it's all
story
ages.
times, right up to YA. So
yes, we have Nathaniel Lasore coming. Yeah, he's coming to do an event. He came last year. It was amazing. We have debut author called Steve Blackman, whose book Zero Override has just come out. It's like Alex Rider meets iRobot is how it's been described to me.
Well,
and I'm very
okay.
excited to read it. But he writes for sort of 10 to 4, that sort of age group. So I would say probably, we say all ages, but the authors we've got probably up to about 14. Yeah.
And how do people get tickets? Where do they find them? Where should they go if they're thinking, oh, I'm near Canterbury, I'm in Canterbury?
It's canterburykidsLitFest.co.uk, and our whole programme is up there. And that's also a way they can go to get involved. If anybody feels like being a last minute volunteer, we are happy to have hands. So yeah, it's canterburykidsLitFest.co.uk for everything, tickets and involvement related.
Brilliant. So this is the second year. So you've got a little bit of an idea what's coming because you've done it once before.
Yeah.
And it's also the National Year of Reading. So I just wondered what are your any hopes and thoughts about the National Year of Reading?
We are working. We've got a festival patron now for the first time, which is the amazing author Lucy Strange. She's local to us, which is great for us. But we are working with her because we both would love to see the National Year of Reading provoke more of a changing attitudes, not just for children, but also for their parents, role models, people in their lives. Because I think, especially in our area, we see a lot that sometimes children are picking it up from their parents that reading's not that important. It doesn't have that much effect. And we are really trying hard to get through that barrier and present the idea that reading is as important as so many other things, as good dental hygiene or as basic things as that. This actually is something that can affect people's children's lives, and they need to know that, we feel. So we've been working, this first stage of that is we've got a reading role models photo competition. We've had a read with your dad for Father's Day thing going on, where people have sent us pictures reading with their dad, and we're going to turn that into some kind of something as yet in the works, to hopefully to be a bit of a outreach to parents who would be interested if they knew how important it was. We're hoping that will feed into what the National Year of Reading is trying to do with encouraging children to read into things that they're interested in, expanding the view of reading as a narrow thing, which I think is the National Year of Reading has been doing a great job with. We're hoping to push that a little bit further out to reluctant parents, shall we say.
Yeah. And how do you contact parents? Obviously, you're working with schools. Are schools helping you make parents aware of it? Or
yes, for us, the schools outreach has been the biggest development from last year to this year. Last year we had 1 day of schools events. This year we've got 5. Last year we worked with 3 schools. This year it's 15. So schools are a big thing for us. The youth club that we're working with also are a youth club that work with more disadvantaged families, and they are helping us in that way as well, to connect with people that we wouldn't naturally connect with. We've always had at the heart of our aims for the festival to be accessible to people who wouldn't come to festivals, who wouldn't think festivals were for them. And how to do that is obviously a work in progress, but we will basically work with anyone who is interested. Or we've got a lot of our supporters who are great at having connections and connecting us with people that they think we should be connected with. So we've made a lot of connections that way. So yeah, at the moment it's schools and youth groups, but we're always very happy to hear anybody's ideas about other ways to reach people.
what was your experience in the first year, and what did you learn last year that you've done differently this year in terms of getting people involved?
So many things, primarily from the schools that we went to, seeing the reaction of children. And we did bookstores after school. And so many of the parents walked past us clearly thinking, I'm not going to have to buy anything. This is nothing to do with me. And then their children came running out. I've just lady, she's over there. She's written all these books. You have to go and buy them all. And they're all going out with piles of books and clearly quite bemused by what had just happened to them. But that was a really important thing for us, because we were like, these are where the kids are that want the thing, but their parents probably don't know they want the thing because they've never been exposed to it or not experienced it. So then being able to provide that is a really big first step for us, I think, in reaching some people. And then as we do more things, we're just keeping our eyes open to see what the response is. And we have a lot of feedback from people. Someone will come up to me, I guarantee you, over the weekend and say, oh, have you thought about doing an event here? Or have you thought about doing this there? And what about this group? So I write all of that down and then we'll take it forward for next year.
And then does Reese just take that note away and burn it?
Yes. Reese says, no, you can't do that this year. It has to wait. There are only 24 hours in a day and you do have other things to do.
What's the bookshop situation? Are you working with a bookshop? Is there bookshops
we
in
have
Canterbury?
2. Actually, we have 3 this year. So because this year we've extended out to Canterbury District, we also have Herne Bay. So we have the Little Green Bookshop in Herne Bay, which we're working with. They're running a couple of events and the book sales for those events. And then for the rest of the book selling, we split it between Waterstones in Canterbury and Chapters Coffee and Bookshops in Surrey, they're both our sort of festival hubs. So they have 4 events a day each on over the festival weekend and are very enthusiastic supporters. So yeah, they do it between them.
And
Nice.
is there a quiz, Bex?
There is a big, Ali knows my quizzes. There is a big kids bookish quiz on the Friday, yes. So anyone who is local and likes a quiz, we're still looking for teams to come down and test your children's book knowledge. It will be obscure. I love writing a quiz. Never miss an opportunity to write a quiz.
I have actually been at book quizzes where authors can't answer the questions about their own books. So
There's nothing like a fan that spent time thinking about something, I think. Pick up something you didn't even know was there.
Wasn't that? It was also, I think we had Nate Lassaur on, he was, because Greenwich do a book quiz with their school book clubs each year. And I think they invite an author in to help run it and do a sort of presentation for the kids who've taken part. And I think there's a round in that on the author that's invited. And I think he said, didn't he, Ali, that he was a bit stumped by this
I would have expected nothing less from Nate.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. We will try and get this out really quickly. If you want to join in, they should go to your website. What about the book crawl stuff? Where did they come for that?
So Bookshop Crawl is bookshopcrawl.co.uk, and it's got all the details of all the places that we're bookshop crawling in the upcoming month. It's got a volunteers page as well, because we do have volunteers to help out on bookshop crawls, especially our bigger ones like the London one that happens every February. And also we've got a membership community for Bookshop Crawl where people can pay £2 or £5 a month to be part of the community, support the running of the CIC, and they get various different, they get like a monthly members blog, they get discounts on things, they get to be part of our online community and do different challenges, read-alongs, readathons, book clubs, stuff like that. So we have all of that. It's all accessible on bookshopcrawl.co.uk. And we also run regular bookish groups and book swaps in London, Kent and Edinburgh in bookshops, mostly actually at the moment. The London one is between Bard Books and St James's Park, while the weather offers. So
okay. One last question. Yeah. What's actually involved if somebody's going to come on a bookshop crawl with you? What do they do?
What they do is they get to meet other lovely bookish people, and we bill it as a socially antisocial event because it often attracts people like me who have social anxiety or some kind of awkwardness around the idea of going out and meeting strangers and actually making friends, but would really like to make friends. And a bookshop crawl is a really nice place to do that because we all have books in common. We all want to spend an afternoon in bookshops. So they'll come, they'll meet other people. Myself or somebody else who has some geographical knowledge will have devised an itinerary and take them around a planned route of usually 5 to 8 different bookshops, including indie secondhand, charity, specialist chains, all sorts of niche things. And it's just really nice. It's really relaxed. Quite often bookshops offer us a little peek behind the scenes or a little discount or a little freebie or something nice, which is just makes it a bit more special. And then we always have a stop for cake mid-afternoon because cake is important.
It is important.
And yeah, it's usually 3.5 or 4 hours on an afternoon, depending on where we are and how many bookshops there are.
I think I did one in Richmond one year.
Yes, Richmond is lovely. I'm biased because I grew up in that area, but Richmond is one of my favourite places to bookshop crawl because the bookshops are just so nice and so excited every time we go in and just lovely.
And it's not a long way to walk. They're all quite near each other.
Most together, which we do try to do. We do try to make it not too. I did do one in Edinburgh recently and that was a lot of hills. It was absolutely lovely. Fantastic day because Edinburgh's amazing for bookshops, but just a lot of surprise hills where you'd forgotten there was a hill and oh dear, another hill.
It was a workout as well as a book exploration.
It is good exercise. It's good. We do one as part of Bristol Walk Fest in May, which does have longer walks in it because it's part of a walking festival. So it's a lovely way to combine if you're a person who walks and loves bookshops. It's perfect.
It does sound perfect.
It does sound very good. And do you do children's books as well as adult books, or are they all mixed bookshops?
I always forget that not everybody reads children's books. So I quite often take people into children's bookshops without telling them they're going to be going into a children's bookshop. And they're like, oh, this is a children's bookshop. I'm like, it's fine. You'll find something. It'll be all right. So yeah, it's always a mixture because I don't recognise that people don't read children's books, unfortunately. So I'm sorry if you're a person who doesn't read children's books.
No, neither do we. We're not very good at that either.
Children's books are great.
Oh, it sounds brilliant. Thank you. I'm very tempted to join one of your bookshop calls. I will go and have a look and see. Ali and I are planning a virtual bookshop tour, children's bookshop tour next year, where we talk to the owners or people who are in charge of the children's collections in independent bookshops up and down the country and share them on the podcast.
Oh, amazing.
That's our plan for next year, so much as we plan.
That's brilliant. I love that.
So brilliant. Thank you very much and good luck and hope it goes really well. And hope the sun shines on you because it sounds like some of your activities are outside and
it would be really good. But if it could shine just moderately under 30 degrees, preferably.
Yeah. between
Moderate
25
sunshine.
and 30.
Exactly.
That kind of-
That's
yeah.
what we would like.
Yeah. So brilliant. Thank you.